Okay, friends, so yesterday I wanted you to focus on just drawing your basic facial features because those are what is going to be the most important for this project. And I lost my pencil, that's why I'm currently looking for it. Where did it go? Oh well, I can do it with what I got. Okay, so now what you're gonna do today is you're gonna take your black colored pencil, black crayon, whatever you have, and you're going to decide which of these things are going to stay. So it works best with a black pencil. If you don't have a black pencil, you can just go over your lines and make them darker so that they stand out a little bit more. Remember, you might want to erase some of your lines that you no longer like, and that's perfectly fine. And at this time, you're not supposed to be coloring anything in. You're just doing your outlining. I messed up there, but that's okay. I can figure out a way to make that work. Okay, now you're going to start working on adding some circles to this, but first I'm going to erase pencil lines I don't want anymore. So I'm just going to gently go through and erase my pencil lines. If you use a colored pencil, it will fade a little bit. But colored pencils don't, they won't erase 100%. It's because they're pigmented. So see, it faded it, but it didn't actually erase the line. So like I said, it'll make it fade a little bit. But it's not going to erase the issue. So now I'm just going across here. You can also, if you have a permanent marker, I suppose you could do this step with a permanent marker. I'm not saying that you have to, but it's a good idea. A good idea to do it. And then you can also see if you accidentally erase the line that you need to have. Like I didn't do this part of his ear. Okay. All right, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna start looking at your picture. Now I just have mine pulled up on the computer screen over here. And you're just going to go through and I'm going to darken his eyes because they're dark. And then I'm just going to darken his nose. Okay, So I'm going to leave the rest of it open for now. Now, if you remember in the examples that I showed you guys, then you might recall that she used different size circles to paint these in. Now, we're not painting ours because not everybody has paint. If you have paint at home, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. So, and if you have crayons instead of a colored pencil, use whatever you have. It'll work both ways with a crayon or a colored pencil. I'm just working with a pencil currently. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw circles that are about the same size. And I'm just freehanding these guys. And I'm putting these circles really close together because this is the darker markings of the raccoon's face. Now, I might go back and decide that that's too much. I don't think so. But I want there to be a difference so I can see a difference in the colors. Because that's important. Okay, so like I said, that's the darker part. Now, in her drawing, she might include, oh, I forgot the rest of his head over here. Whoops. It happens to the best of us. She probably would have done this using circles again, but I want her to be contrast, so I'm just going to shade this part in. And you notice how I'm not making it darker than the eyes and the nose. Now down here, maybe I'll make larger circles that connect together. And then I'll do the same thing for in his head in this section here. But I'm trying to spread them out a little bit more because remember, we want there to be like a color difference. So you're going to represent that with a size relationship, with having different size circles that are spread out as opposed to having dense circles together. And then up here, maybe I'll do really large circles. And throughout the body, I wouldn't do a bunch of tiny circles. I would do circles that are really large because I'm seeing a lot of the body in this raccoon, whereas in most of the other ones, you only see the face. Then again, I'd go back through and define this line a little bit more. Okay. In the ears, I would leave these to where they're open. So what I would do, this is just my preference. I'm just going to shade in a little bit, just a little spiky roundness. And then maybe in and around that, I'll add some more circles because that makes sense to me. Now the tree bark, I'm just going to go through. This is not our main focus, so I'm not going to put a lot of detail in it because if you remember when I talked about contrast and emphasis, you want your main focus to be on your animal for this project. So I'm just going to go down the bark of the tree, and this shows movement in the idea that it goes from the top of the tree to the down or down up because they're just vertical lines. Now, coming out from your animal, this is where we add most of the movement. You're going to do large wavy lines coming out from the animal's body, kind of like radiating out around it. And don't put them too close together because we're going to add more colors. So go all the way around. So because of the tree here, I don't have to. Go all the way around so that creates a background. And then tomorrow we'll start with coloring in. Oh, tomorrow's Saturday. Well, Monday we'll start with coloring this guy in. Okay. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye.